7 people were hurt in that fire, one of them seriously. So in the last few hours, neighbors have been allowed to come out of their homes and Richmond Highway reopened. It was shut down for about 6 hours.
Yeah, that is while crews worked to put out a huge fire at Davis Industries, a scrap metal yard in Lorton. Katie Lesso shows us what's going on there tonight.
We basically have to pull this fire apart piece by piece in order to extinguish it.
Piece by piece, layer by layer.
Using an excavator or a crane to take each part of the pile apart and basically take it from a stacked pile to a large horizontal layer where we can apply water directly to the material.
That's how Fairfax County Deputy Fire Chief Greg Hunter says they had to tackle this fire. 7 people were hurt, including a worker who was trapped in a crane 40 feet up in the air.
One of our initial arriving engine companies climbed the ladder that accesses the crane itself. They were able to reach the occupant of the crane. At that time, he was reported as unconscious, so he was in a serious condition.
He was airlifted to the hospital with what the chief described as life-threatening injuries. He says there were a lot of obstacles and challenges, including the weather.
The wind basically pushed the smoke down to the ground instead of lifting it as we would normally see a big column of smoke in the air. So that exposed a lot of people initially to the smoke on the property. The wind kept changing direction and making it very difficult for us to operate.
To the actual air quality itself.
We had firefighters on breathing air the entire time. It's toxic smoke in the sense that it's a byproduct of plastics and metals and rubbers.
And one of the things that we've been seeing happen is each time a firefighter comes out of the scene, you can see right here, this firefighter here being scrubbed and hosed down. It really speaks to those toxic elements that the fire chief mentioned.
Fires release a lot of carcinogens, and that's an activity that we practice regularly to decon our gear and decon our equipment.
As of 7 p.m. Tuesday, he said the shelter in place because of the air quality was lifted. His message to people living nearby:
you will likely detect a slight odor. Those are odors because this was plastic and tires, rubber, things like that burn along with the metal. So they can have some residual off-gassing. There is no hazard to the community.
If you were exposed and start to feel sick, the chief says call 911. In Fairfax County, Katie Lasso, WUSA 9.